so the camera knows, so we know what it is when we type the transcript.
Yeah, well, when they came to Port Royal, Pierre, it was spelled in French, Peter is English, and he came from Honfleur, Normandy, France, and he was married in Port Royal in 1645. And his wife's name was Rose, and he had a large family, and that was in 1645 when he married.
So I know Port Royal started very early, 1604, 1605, but that was when it was just men. But then later on, when it became an Acadian settlement, this is.
Yes, they were. And of course, they had quite a family. He had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 children.
And that's your ancestors, not Frank's.
This is mine.
This is yours, yeah?
And in Port Royal, Frank's relative, way back, great-great-great-great-grandfather, and my great-great-great-great-grandfather were brothers.
Wow.
My great-grandfather was Pierre, and Frank's was here, let me see. It's mine. I think this is the same one. No, this is
Who did all this research and did all this work?
It's a priest from what happened here? I got the same one. Have I got the same one here? It's a priest that did this, and he gave me a copy of both of them because his mother was a Corneau. But I don't know. I haven't looked at this for quite a while.
That's a good thing about a strong association with the churches. There's lots of good parish records and things.
Yeah, there were parish records, yes. But in Digby, they have a whole lot more Corneaus because, well, first of all, there were Corneaus. Well, there was 11 Corneaus right here, just from Port Royal. But then his sons and his brothers and so on and on and on and on. And there are brothers all over. There are Corneaus all over North America. You go to Vancouver and there's Corneaus. And you go to Edmonton, there's Corneaus. And the names are often repeated, you know. It's just automatically that I have some way from France here, and the names are repeated.
Yep.
Edward and Edouard and Marie and Louis and Camille, Pierre, and all the names are repeated. So I have the genealogies, but you have to way back into Port Royal, and the Port Royal, they were married in 16. Pierre, he was married in 1645, and he died in 1690, and he was born in 1606 in France, came to Port Royal. He was married in Port Royal. His wife's name was Rose, and their names were often given to their children. Mm-hmm. Like he was Pierre, but he had Pierre. He had a son named Pierre.
Now, would these people have eventually been involved in the expulsion? And
not these, but
their descendants.
The ones in the 1775, 55.
Yeah.
They would be the ones that would be deported. Now, when you mention that deport, some of them went to Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And there's a big celebration coming in 4 years.
2004.
2004.
Yeah.
I just registered for that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the other day. And the names are, there are names, Terrios and Billabos and Amiros and all that. They're down there in Louisiana, and they are here too.
Yeah.
But they're all over North America, really. And they're related way back. Some of them came back, and some of them, one man was here, looked over my genealogies. He borrowed them, and he has lost his relatives. You know, he can only trace them so far, and the reason why they went to the States, and they just lost the
hard to trace.
The trace.
Yeah.
But if you go in any directory, in any city, you will find Corneaux.
Yeah.
And you can find the names repeated. Like I have a brother named Alphonse, but I was looking in the directory in Leduc, Alberta.
Yes.
And there was an Alphonse
Corneau.
Yes. And Frank, in French it's Francois.
Yeah.
So those names are repeated, except mine. I never found mine. But the other day, last fall, I went to Church Point, and there was a rack of names, tags.
Yes.
And my name was there.
And spelled
the right
correctly?
way.
Amazing.
Yes. I have it on my keychain. So there you go. But the descendants.
I forgot to put these back on you, but they've picked up. They've picked up anyways. But
they pick up anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I can tell you about these, but I have these to explain all of this. It's really something.
Might get lost.
Yeah, there's a lot of. It would be a lot of talking to do that.
No, that's okay.
My grandfather's name and my grandmother's name. I have those pictures. This saw Sam right here. Right here.
This is your grandparents?
Great. This
Great-grandparents.
is my great grandfather.
Anselme Francois Corneau.
Yeah. And his name.
book.
Yeah, and his name is there. And that's his wife was an Amiro,
Yeah.
and she was an Amiro from New Edinburgh,
Yeah.
The other day I met a man from New Edinburgh, and he says, you know, I'm a Namiro, and I'm related to you.
If you hold it, I can actually get the camera to
Can you?
actually spot some of them. Yeah. It can,
Okay.
um, I'll move the camera. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, zoom in.
Now,
Okay.
after you have that, I can turn it over to
Yeah.
find the other grandfather.
Sure. As long as I can zoom it and get it a little closer. Okay.
You can see.
Perfect.
Is that
I can see
right?
quite well. Yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, this one I have to put it this way,
Okay.
and this is my other grandfather. This is
That one
my.
is dark to me.
That one is dark.
It's dark, but that may not be anything we can do about that.
Would this one be lighter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is my grandfather in the center with the beard.
Yeah.
And my father is sitting next to him,
Yeah. On his.
right there.
Yep.
That's my father.
Closer look myself.
Yeah, that's my father.
Yep. Is Elwa in that picture
That's
too?
my Uncle Elwa.
Yeah.
Yes. These are all my uncles.
Yeah.
And these are my aunts.
Yeah.
These are my aunts.
One is a nun.
One is a nun. Her name was Estelle before, and that's Ida, and this is Rose.
Yeah.
And this is Rose's family. She married a LeBlanc, and this is all her family. She had two nuns, and one was a musician,
Yes.
and one was an artist.
Yeah.
And one of them, the man right here,
Yeah.
he was an artist also. And this is my father
Yeah.
and my mother,
Yeah.
my oldest sister, Madeline,
Yeah.
and Edward.
Your oldest sister's name was Madeline, the one that was 18 years old, 19
Yeah.
years older than you.
Yes, her name was Madeline.
Yeah. I'll stop putting my head in front of the camera and I'll get a good look.
Okay, that's my mother and father right there. And this is my mother and father when they were, well, not too far away. My mother and father. And I notice her long dress.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I want to show you all my family. This is my family. My mother and father were proud of their family,
Sure,
and
must have
they took a lot of pictures every year, I think, about them.
been. Yeah.
See, the Thomas is just a little fellow.
Yeah.
And this is when they are bigger.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, these are the same family, only they're older.
Yeah. This is you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to show you. This is the three girls.
Yeah. You must have just idolized those sisters.
Oh, I was so happy when they would come home. Yeah, and
Catherine and Clotilde.
yes, Madeline,
Yeah.
Catherine, and Clotilde, my three sisters. And here's my mother with her three daughters.
Yeah.
And this is when I graduated from Normal College.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. This is the house I lived in.
So, and it is still there.
Yes,
And I can go find that if I wanted to look at it. Is it still as good looking?
yes.
Wow.
It has siding on it now.
Oh, I don't
But,
like siding.
yeah, I don't like it either. I think it spoiled it, but
That's a
anyway.
beautiful house.
Yes. Looks like a castle.
So your father and Elwa both built those houses
Yes.
themselves?
My father,
Themselves, or?
the two brothers,
Yeah.
they built their houses, yes. And this is my baby picture. My sister was just home from normal college
Meeting you for the first time?
and meeting me for the first time.
Yeah. Oh,
She was so proud.
Yeah. Oh.
And well, it isn't a very good picture, but this is the only picture that we have of our wedding.
That's you and Frank?
Yes.
Just this a little bit. That's the day you got married?
No,
No?
it was after.
after,
We were
okay.
in Salmon River, and it was very windy that day.
Yeah.
Now, what else have I? Well, I guess maybe, I don't know. This is our family. These are all family pictures. I don't know. Our first grandchild. As they grow bigger and that.
Yeah.
But I want to show you the mill.
Yes. Oh, I'd love to see that.
This is the mill, my father's mill.
Okay.
You see it?
Yep.
My brother Edward and Catherine and my brothers.
All brothers.
Yeah.
Except for Catherine.
Yeah,
And that was right across the street from your house.
right across the street. I'm there. I'm a little girl there. And I think I have another picture of, no, I don't have another picture in this one, but I have other pictures of the mill too, in other books. And this is how they were dressed years ago. This is a picture of years ago. My sister,
Yeah.
my cousin Estelle, and my older brother. These are brothers.
Yeah.
I don't think Catherine is there. Yes, Catherine. There's my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how they were dressed.
What would
Oh,
that
this is
building
the
be?
little barn.
Yeah. Oh, that was so carefully laid out. Yeah.
Yes, that's the little barn.
I'd love to have a barn like that.
Yeah. It was really neat. Really neat. These are baby pictures. I don't have, that's about it. The others are Frank's people, my husband's people.
Yeah.
You want those? Not really.
Not necessarily.
No,
It's not that we're not interested in Frank. But
no, that's,
They weren't described in in the interviews.
no, they're not.
much.
No. That was Frank's mother. This is her 90.
Yeah. You said she lived to 92.
90, yeah, she'd
something
been
like
92. This is her picture when she was 90 years old. It was put in the Digby Courier,
Yeah.
and I looked after her. She was a lovely old
You
lady.
said that. Yeah.
And
Thank you for
these
showing me those.
these are albums that I made for my children.
And some of them haven't seen them yet.
Oh no, I'm giving them. This is their Christmas present.
Would they've ever seen them before looking through your albums?
I don't think
don't
so.
think so.
Some of these pictures, they haven't seen these pictures of the grandparents.
No.
Oh, they haven't seen them. They had bicycles when my husband was a little boy. They had bicycles. Anyway, this is my life.
Well,
I don't
that's
know. I
wonderful.
don't know what else I can tell you.
That's enough. I should let you
Yeah.
join the birthday party.
Well, not
But I'd love
really.
to see the quilts. I'll turn the,
I'll show you what we're doing in the basement.
okay. I'm gonna turn the camera off
My-
here now.